right, sounds like both players kept 7. Ed is on the play, it sounds like.
Damn.
The weird land.
All right, Fel Meyer gets played here. Double face card, double face land from MH3. Fel the Profane is the front side. Dark Ritual, okay.
Unstoppable Slasher.
Okay, so it's not.
No, don't worry. No reanimation.
Oops.
Oh, no. I'll just pass.
So Dark Ritual into Unstoppable Slasher to start the match. Okay. Seiju into Exploration on Jeff's side. Exploration, one of the best cards in the lands deck. And then a Wasteland on the Felmeyer. This Unstoppable Slasher hits pretty hard.
So I took 2,
9.
Chrome Mox for Ed now. Imprinting Thoughtseize, and then casting a Dothy Voidwalker. Voidwalker will shut off any of the loam stuff. Great start to this game for Ed. Already dropped Jeff down to 9. Tabernacle and Maze of Ith are pretty good, though. Now another Exploration. Things are getting interesting. That's Grove of the Burn Willows. I dig it. So now attacks are coming in. Both creatures were cared about and paid for with the Tabernacle. Now Maze of Ith probably will stop the Slasher, I guess. Maybe. Okay, so Maze of Ith used on the Slasher. But maybe Jeff is setting up for Punishing Fire on future turns here. It's going to be tricky with that Voidwalker, though. We're going to lose a Punishing Fire. Malevolent Rumble. Under the Voidwalker, that's not kind of operating at full capacity, but Malevolent Rumble's still a good card. Maybe I don't need to keep pointing it out, but I'll point it out anyway. Malevolent Rumble took a little while to catch on in Legacy. It was legal for quite a while before we started seeing it in all the lands decks. Try new things, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you'll find something.
So that.
All right, so Wasteland is chosen by the Malevolent Rumble. Nothing to hit currently with the Wasteland, but plays it as a land along with Ancient Tomb. Jeff has 2 Explorations in play. Now attacking with the Voidwalker and Slasher again. Spawn will chump. Maze on the Voidwalker. Monka TG has arrived in the chat. Say hello to Monka in the chat, please, everybody. It's one of the rules of the stream. So now the Slasher and Voidwalker attacking again. Maze of Ith. Now a crop rotation, sacrificing an Ancient Tomb. Maybe Jeff has another Maze of Ith. That could potentially shut down the offense entirely.
Go ahead.
All right, another Maze of Ith it is. Dolthy Voidwalker gets untapped. Under Tabernacle and the Maze of Ith lock already here is Ed. Is it worth it to continue paying for these creatures? We're going to find out. Chartwin is here. Neutral Ground Gaming is here. Following the directions, saying hi to Monka in the chat. The Mazes of Ith are holding it back. If Ed gets a Wasteland, it could potentially be game-winning. Potentially. Now Jeff just played Dark Depths. Venge Vinny arrived in the chat, apologizing for being late. Lost themselves through the spreadsheets. You know what? You got to take a break from the spreadsheets once in a while. An Ancient Tomb for Ed could make things a little bit interesting as far as paying for the Tabernacle. Free up some mana. It might get wasted, though. All right, remove a counter from Dark Depths. Now has 9 ice counters on it.
I forgot the word. You used to play anything, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I think I can do mine.
One card. The timing still happens.
Yes. Yeah, it still has to do it from the same time.
Players here are just confirming what Dolthy Voidwalker does. You can choose any card exiled with a void counter on it, and you could play it this turn without paying its mana cost if it has one. And if it's a land, you could play it as a land. Everything still obeys all timing rules.
Yep.
5 cards in Ed's hand. Jeff obviously has a lot of lands on the board. No sign of Thespian Stage yet, which obviously with Dark Depths can make a Merit Lage and completely change this game. Beseju Who Endures, Grove of the Burn Willows, Ancient Tomb, Double Maze of Ith, that Dark Depths, Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Ed's continuing to pay the tax on these creatures. The Ancient Tomb was wastelanded, which we expected. Here's a Polluted Delta. Could potentially find another basic, free up some mana. What Ed kind of needs is more threats. And the mana to pay for them. Where's this Saga for Jeff? If we start making some constructs, that could be trouble for Ed as well. Polluted Delta gets cracked here. We're seeing the control prison stuff that the lands deck is capable of in this game. Mazes of Ith, Tabernacle. And then Wasteland. Pretty important in this game so far. Dark Ritual for Ed. That's Opposition Agent. I didn't recognize it at first because it's an altar, but that's Opposition Agent, which could be pretty good here. Opposition Agent shuts off stuff like Crop Rotation and Urza Saga searches. Double Maze of Ith And Jeff is going to take 3, drop to 3. Ed needed that third creature pretty bad. Jeff might be running out of time, but the constructs will be available next turn.
I'll take the 3 life to have it come in.
Okay, another Fellmire, paying 3 life. Thoughtseize. Takes a Mox Diamond. Specchio says Chris recognizes all artworks. Impressive commentating. Yeah, unlike all of you, I have all the Magic cards memorized, which is what you were supposed to do. Richard and Pizza pointing out this was a sneaky stream. You know what? This stream's for the real ones.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, for a while, I was like,
The people that care about
kind of play on like.
me. So Urza Saga's ticked up to 2. Jeff can start making some constructs. This is going to be important here because they can chump block. Jeff's hand just has an Ancient Tomb, which isn't very useful right now.
Oh, yeah. So,
All right, the creature's Tabernacle tax will be paid. Wasteland could be great here. That might be a game-winning Wasteland. Let's see. Ooh, attacking first?
four block. I only have one artifactor.
I had to. I always do
Yeah,
that.
before blocks, I'll try to Bowmaster.
Okay, so before blocks, we're going to Bowmaster to kill the construct, and that is game. All right, well, I thought the play was going to be Wasteland Amazivith and then attack, but Bowmaster to remove the lone construct blocker also works, I guess. It takes game 1. So now Jeff will be on the play. The unstoppable slasher, everybody. Took a big chunk out of Jeff's life total in. Was a big part of game 1. I'm curious to see how this game 2 plays out.
Take 2, 14.
This mono black deck is pretty cool. What's mono black's win rate, chat? Can someone check?
Oh, no. I'll get your graveyard.
Okay, so a Leyline of the Void on the board for Ed to start game 2. Bajuka Bog for Jeff, just as it tapped turn 1 land. Then follows up with an Urza Saga. Fellmire on Ed's side. The Fel the Profane is being played as a land. Apologies if that's confusing for anyone. We're just not taking it out of the sleeve here and flipping it around. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, another Fellmire, past the turn. Urza Saga is going to reach its second chapter. Leyline of the Void. I don't know if it's in the main deck. I don't know if this deck has a Helm package. I don't know. But I'm not sure. What do you think, chat? Would you bring in Leyline of the Void against lands with your mono black deck that has Void Walkers? Just pretending for a moment that we know the ins and outs of a mono black deck. I'm not sure if that's quote unquote correct. We'll see how it works out. Urza Saga ticked up to chapter 3 that there's a Thespian stage on the board. Jeff has created 1 construct.
Floating heavy. Search.
Okay, opposition agent getting flashed in here before the Urza Saga search. Jeff has chosen to tap it for a mana, not making a construct. And Opposition Agent's going to do its thing now. We get to see Jeff's hand because Ed controls Jeff right now. Hand is Force of Vigor, Dark Depths, Malevolent Rumble, Mox Diamond, Urza Saga, Tabernacle. And now Opposition Agent's going to search the deck. PJ River says I would play Sun Titan in mono black. You know what? That sounds like a great idea.
Sorry, just pulling out what could get taken.
Okay, so far Ed has pulled out Shadow Spear or Pithing Needle as options here. Needle could be interesting here. Could shut off Urza Saga or Thespian Stage or... Okay, so Pithing Needle is selected. Aviator, thank you for the resub at Tier 2 and hitting a 12-month badge at Tier 2. Thank you, Aviator. Really appreciate it. Yeah, everybody that was here on time for the stream received a Black Lotus in the mail. Well, there's Merit Lage. Floated a mana from the Saga, played Dark Depths, copied it with Thespian Stage, made the Merit Lage. Awkwardly, Shieldred's Edict sees the construct on the battlefield. The One Ring isn't too bad. Pithing Needle is just exiled right now, by the way. It has not yet been cast in this game. We also know that if Pithing Needle is cast, Jeff does have a Force of Vigor. Force of Vigor can't hit the One Ring, though. It is indestructible. Ed has protection for one turn and then has to figure out something for the following turn to stop this Merit Lage. The lone creature on Ed's side is Opposition Agent, which did some damage, but can't block a Merit Lage. Mox Diamond, discarding an Urza Saga into exile. Malevolent Rumble now. That'll make another creature. Venge Vinny says, my playset of Omniscience just arrived in time to play Omni Show this Sunday. Sounds good. Make sure you post pictures in the Discord, Vinny. Looks like 4 cards in hand for Ed. 3 creatures on Jeff's side, all of them tokens, protects Merit Lage from Shieldred's Edict at least. So Yavimaya will be selected on the Rumble. Once again, Ed is under the protection of the One Ring this turn. Force of Vigor could potentially go after Leyline of the Void, don't forget. Don't know if that's necessary right now, though. Harry Houdini has arrived. Excited for a Thursday stream. What's up, Harry? All right, taking that damage from one bird encounter on the one ring. Drawing a card.
I'm gonna attempt to do that.
Ed is in some trouble here. Needs to figure out how to beat Marit. It will be attacking for lethal on the following turn otherwise. Gonna draw 2 off the one ring.
So they have like 2 sets of all
Not sure why the needle got placed. Okay, that's a scoop. Moving on to game 3.
yeah, days and obviously
Marit takes game 2 for Jeff.
just black blue.
Mono black slash 4 days. You already have the sewers. Counter.
Ed will be on the play here. Are we going to see another turn 1 Dark Ritual Unstoppable Slasher? I'm curious to see. That card is interesting.
I feel like you really
Hits pretty damn hard.
word it where you have like 4 card walkers or
I really do.
I was unsure about the ley line. I guess it did some work in game 2, but I'm still unsure.
Yeah. Well, only it's all worth it when you get an ancient thing, right? Stalkers. Oh, so they're on collect.
No. No.
So they're in like turn on pack. I think the galaxy foil.
All right, mulligans are complete. Ed is on the play. Polluted Delta pass. No crazy turn 1 play so far. Grove of the Burn Willows. Expiration. That gets a thumbs up. Urza's Saga. Great start to game 3. Forgot what game it was. Game 3 for Jeff. Adam has arrived in the chat. Is this a secret stream? I didn't see a Discord notification. You know what? Maybe it is. Should we have secret streams, chat? Is that cool? Here's that Unstoppable Slasher again. I'm excited to see this thing on the board.
The funniest card I played with in a while.
So Urza Saga ticks up to chapter 2. Wasteland on the Ancient Tomb. That could hurt. Mox Diamond, discarding Wasteland, play Maze of Ith. All right, the Maze of Ith is going to be helpful here against this Slasher. Maze of Ith might be good tech against Unstoppable Slashers in your meta. I guess it is stoppable. Ooh, Wasteland on the Maze of Ith. Things are getting interesting. You could also make a construct on Jeff's side, though. Don't forget. So Maze of Ith is gone. Attacking with the Slasher now.
How many cards?
5.
5 cards left in Ed's hand. The construct will potentially be a 2/2 with Mox Diamond on the board.
It's like wasted your my turn.
You wasted my
My turn. Why don't you play the land today?
Yeah, I played the wasteland.
Oh, you wasted me.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
wasted
I wasted
me.
you. I
Oh,
wasted
thought
you.
you were
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at two,
No, no, no. I wasted you. Yeah, that was my.
Play the land too.
Okay, players confirming land drops. Wasteland was played this turn. This is turn 3, right? All right, Jeff's going to make a blocker. It's going to get Fatal Push, though. All right, Jeff drops to 9. The unstoppable slasher, everybody. Make another construct with the Saga before it searches. This time, Jeff will be able to safely search. What will we find this time? We know about Needle. We know about Shadow Spear. Could be Pip-Boy 3000, Dino DNA. What else could we find here? Expedition map. That's a good choice. Potentially that could look for a Maze of Ith. So another Grove of the Burn Willows. Passing it back to Ed. We have a construct that could chump block. Slasher hoping to get another hit in here.
I mean, the nature part came in like
All right, well, the Slasher will die, trading with a construct and then coming back with 2 stun counters on it. So Slasher in a little bit of a delay. It's a Death Touch 2/3. Expedition map gets cracked now. We have a little bit of time to work out how we're going to stop this Slasher from delivering another big hit. Maybe Jeff has one of the Dark Depths Thespian stage pieces in hand. Okay, Urza's Saga selected. That'll get a different part of the land's game plan up and running. Start making some constructs again.
ley lines. It's neat.
It is. It really is. It's really cool.
All right, Slasher will remove a stun counter.
Change it.
I did this time. I wasn't playing any spirit this time.
Oh, okay.
I switched to 2 delighted halflings. And thought seasons.
Okay.
Spirit gets are higher than Spirit gets real.
Saga ticks up to 2.
But then, like, you top deck
Slasher with 1 stun counter. It won't untap this turn. It'll be the following turn. That's an Ancient Tomb for Jeff. Can pass the turn now.
Much credit from Lanny and Mike.
Oh, yeah, they're like, this is what how you built it?
What? Oh no, they're like, yeah, they've got lucky into all of this matches.
There you go.
Haters.
The game is 75% luck.
I thought he was supposed to.
All right, Polluted Delta gets cracked. Looks like on end step you might see a flashed-in creature here.
Oh, yeah.
Ed's deck has some nasty ones. Opposition Agent, we saw earlier. Bowmaster, not super effective against lands. You might see some of those sided out in this matchup. All right, Opposition Agent is in. Opposition Agent is pretty mean against the lands decks.
Oh, you got them?
Just in time.
I got them when I was like first getting into pre-buy, pre-COVID, but I didn't pick up The missing 3 punches that I have. 2 more of the white. Wait.
So Slasher has removed its last stun counter. It'll untap completely next turn. There's the One Ring. Card's good.
I remember I was
All right, Jeff's going to make a construct. Punishing Fire on the opposition agent. I think that's the first time we're seeing Punishing Fire in this match, right?
we just stopped in. They had a binder. It was like a binder, but it was all the commons and uncommons.
Going back to what I was saying earlier about Leyline, I guess if you're Ed and you're up against lands that also has Punishing Fire package, there could be a good argument to bring in Leyline. I'm undecided how I feel about that. It also depends what you have to take out. Cards like Bowmaster are not that good against lands.
It was a big chase card.
See ya. Bye.
Leaving?
There's now a Punishing Fire in the graveyard, 2 Grove of the Burn Willows on the battlefield. Urza Saga's ticked up to its 3rd chapter. Jeff thinking about what to do with it. We already have a construct on the board, thinking about making another one or floating a mana for some reason. The land next to it is Ancient Tomb. Maybe Jeff considering using Punishing Fire to eliminate the Slasher here.
Whenever
By the way, Ed played a Urborg, so that could potentially benefit Jeff in this game if he plays lands that don't produce mana. Dark Depths, Maze of Ith, stuff like that. Magic is hard, I agree.
or just trade for an English one.
So it looks like Jeff has decided to float a mana, now searching with Urza Saga.
Then I saw one on eBay in Korean. I've never seen it before. It looked very cool. I bought it. It seemed cheap. It was the same price as English. Usually it's like a lot more. And 2 weeks it never showed up. So I filed a big hot case. And then they're like, oh, sorry about that. I got my $400 back. And the next morning it showed up.
It wasn't played by the
It looked fake.
All right, Needle is on the board. It names the One Ring. Neutral Ground Gaming just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Neutral Ground. Appreciate that. Neutral Ground, our monthly gift sub leader, as you can see, top left of your screen. Boom. Azak says, has any Edge of Eternity's cards appeared on stream yet? Not that I remember. If it happened, I forgot. Karn, the great creator. Am I forgetting any Edge cards, chat? Did any Edge cards appear yesterday? I don't think so. All right, Plus and Karn. Dr. Pepper, thank you for the gift sub. 9 now on the channel for Dr. Pepper. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Neutral Ground hosting a barbecue this weekend. Very cool. Yeah, I do know some people are picking up the new versions of Ancient Tomb and Thespian Stage and Magus in the Moon, Green Sun Zenith. There's some cool new versions of those cards in Edge. Fell the Profane knocks out Karn. The One Ring still shut off by Needle, though. Punishing Fire gets returned. Yeah, there's a new Deafening Silence that looks really cool. The new Magus does look really cool. All right, that's another Ancient Tomb for Jeff.
I'll give you a life.
There's also a new Swords to Plowshares. There's a bunch of new versions of Legacy staples in Edge of Eternity.
Looks like Planeswalkers, yes. Oh, okay.
I think it's alright. I think it's like what is it called? Sure.
One ring is going to keep pinging, but it can't draw any more cards for Ed. Unstoppable Slasher's holding back for now. Felder Profane on the Construct. Okay, okay. Going to attacks. The Slasher coming in. Might get Punishing Fire twice here. Yeah.
So it comes back.
Back with 2 stones.
All right. The Slasher comes back with 2 stun counters on it. Ghost Vacuum. Get rid of Punishing Fire. Okay. We're slowly making progress here in fighting against Punishing Fire on Jeff's side. Ghost Vacuum's not bad. That's another thing we were talking before about Leyline of the Void. If the deck has Ghost Vacuum and Delthy Voidwalker, do we also need Leyline of the Void in the matchup? It can't attack or do anything else. I'm just unsure. Dark Depths gets played for Jeff here, and that potentially could be big trouble. No sign of stage yet, but... yeah, Jeff representing the 10 ice counters as a 6 and a 4 with the die, with the D6s, which is what you're supposed to do. It's either that or use a D10. I don't want to see 5 and 5. I don't want to see that. It's wrong. All right, down to 8 ice counters and removing some here. Opposition agent getting flashed in. All right. Well, Jeff with 2 cards in hand. Dark Depths on the battlefield. Unstoppable Slasher with 1 ice counter on it currently. Jeff is at 9. 1 card in Ed's hand. Just heard 2 minutes are left on the clock. Thespian Stage gets played. That was a pretty good play here. Now Marit Lage has been made. That could be trouble.
Black. Yep.
That Thespian Stage was a good draw. Are there any lines here with Ghost Vacuum? That's the phone at the store ringing. Slasher removes its last stun counter. Slasher might not be a part of the conclusion of this game in a big way. If Marit Lage can't be removed. That is the match. Marit Lage does it again, folks. GG's. Jeff gets it. Well played.